Welcome everyone to round 2 of April 9th Star Wars Unlimited Night over at Valkyrie Vault in Brownsburg, Indiana. If you guys are looking for a place to play some Star Wars Unlimited, check out Valkyrie Vault in Brownsburg, Indiana, Thursday night, 6 p.m., $5 entry. And for you, I'm back with Mother Talzin trying to redeem myself after round 1 against Maul, LOF, Force Blue. No need to really discuss either of these decks. We've already talked about Maul in this format. He's just ping damage aggression. So we just got 2 Force decks attacking each other, both utilizing Condemn. Let's see who will get it all. And if you've already watched episode 1, you guys know how that ends for me. Alright, here we go. We're going to start off with, of course, a Terrorist Acolyte and an Atreus Acolyte on the other side as well. Nothing to do much about that. And again, I am keeping my Strangers in my hand this time around because I just do not want to lose my Strangers, especially because, well, Maul is a ground-based strategy here, so we're going to see what we're going to do. We're going to go hold for questioning, which, again, I do completely wrong instead of the aspect here. But again, not too bad for all of that. I do get rid of the Acolyte here. Honestly, I probably should have gotten rid of... the Talzin Assassin here, and then they're going to pull out a 2-drop. Oh, then they're going to go Marin. Marin out on the battlefield again. Marin states you can pitch a card out of your hand and deal 2 damage to a unit here, so that's pretty nice. On the attack there, apologies for Marin being in the glare. So anyways, we're going to go for Marin attacking, and then we're going to discard the turret to deal the kill off the Acolyte, and then Marin's going to take 2 damage from my guy. Then I'm going to go for Shin here, and then being able to bring her out as shielded here. And then we're going to go for a Assassin, and that's going to get rid of course, the Marin here. So as you can see right now, I'm actually on the control side. I'm being controlled right now on my side of the board state, which isn't overall great, but I do have a little strange man about to come down here. The Stranger is here, everybody. Mr. Stranger. So anyways, I'm going to go for the Stranger. I am going to decide on which one I want to go for. The Assassin. I'm going to take the 4 damage, and I'm just going to then re-kill the Assassin here. So figuring out what we want to do here. So we're going to have the Marin attack the base here. No pitch there. Again, the Marin pitch wouldn't have been enough. So anyways, I'm going to do -1 to the Marin there. -1 to the Marin. Then I'm going to do 2. The Acolyte's going to do 2 damage to me. Then we're going to get the Force, and then we're going to looks like pay 4. This could be easily another Assassin killing off the Stranger. Then I'm going to have Mother Talzin kill off, of course, Marin. I don't take any damage here because again, I've already given Marin a -1, so I'm just going to kill off the Marin there, and I'm just going to pass from there. Not real great. I haven't seen my Assassins at all, which would have been really nice here, but the Maul is coming out this turn as well, so I do need to be cautious on the fact that. But again, the funny part about this entire interaction, every time he brings the Maul out, I condemn it. I've condemned every time the Maul comes out in this series of games, I condemn them all. So anyways, I'm going to go for Whirlwind of Power, burning the Force to give that Atreus Acolyte a -3 there. And then we're just going to go for Emergency Powers, giving the Atreus Acolyte a +5 experience tokens here, which means I can't actually kill it. I was hoping to kill it, but I'm holding my 3 here because I need it for the Mother Talzin. I was hoping to hold it for when he flips Maul so I can condemn them all. Yeah, that isn't great because I really should have. Honestly, I probably should have put the lightsaber under the Mother Talzin just to have a bigger threat on the board state here. And then I'm going to get eaten by that, and then we're going to go for the Condemn on the Maul there just so I can remove that, and I do have the Atreus Acolyte, which means my opponent really isn't going to attack with the Maul. They already have the Force. There's no point. The Maul loses his own attack trigger because I will showcase a blue-black card in my hand, allowing the Condemn trigger to go off here. So yeah, so there's so we have Assassin, a massive Atreus Acolyte, that's just going to kill off Mother Talzin and then take 3 damage there, which there's just nothing I could do about that. The only thing I can do is Shadow Point it. We're going to go for the Talzin Assassin, give him -3 to, of course, the other Talzin Assassin, just so that I only take 1 damage off that Talzin Assassin. And then we're just going to immediately be able to swing the Talzin Assassin, taking 1 damage there, killing it off. Of course, nothing much to do there. I'm then going to pay 3. I'm going to condemn the Atreus Acolyte there, just so I don't have to take all of its damage points here. And then we're just going to go for effect of Count Dooku here. So, oh no, sorry, that's Darth Nihilus there in the glare there. But Darth Nihilus is going to come down. He's going to kill a unit with the least remaining health on it, and then that's going to kill my my assassin, and there's not really anything great I can do here. Again, I have to find a way. So an LO glory on the results onto the Nihilus here, just getting rid of the Nihilus, and then I'm going to showcase, and then I'm going to take 1 damage point from the Atreus Acolyte. They know now I have the card, so the Maul is completely useless to them, and then they're just going to play out another, I believe that is the Anakin Skywalker, I believe so, I'm not completely sure, but there isn't really great anything here. I'm deciding not to go for a trigger, putting anything in my resources here at all. Apologies for the glare on that side. So anyways, we can go for whole questioning, it's not going to matter there, and then I'm just going to be able to get rid of that. So as long as it was blue, it was completely fine, which most of this deck is blue. And then we're going to go for, then I'm going to showcase another Atreus Acolyte. We're going to swing for 1, take 1 damage, and then I'm going to go for the Atreus Acolyte here. They do have an Anakin in hand, which is going to be pretty painful because that's just going to come down, give me -3 to the Atreus Acolyte, but that's not going to really matter here. And then I'm just going to claim the Maul is going to go, and then I'm just going to show I have another card here, and then basically that's all that she wrote. So that other blue card there is not an Anakin, because otherwise the necessary trigger line would happen here. Yeah, I do have the Vader in hand, which kind of sucks, but unfortunately I just don't have the Shin Flurry. If I had the Shin's Flurry, I could have brought it out and then done a few things where I could have actually put a shield token on the one of the guys and swung into something else. Anyways, the Anakin's going to swing here. There's just nothing I can really do here. So we're going to go for Dooku to then ambush and then knock off his shield there, and then dealing that's that's Darth Sion. So there's Darth Sion over there. Then I'm going to take damage on Darth Sion. So yeah, Darth Sion can be a very fun card. It's interesting to see it being played in this Maul, but I think he's a pretty fun card. I mean, for everything that died on the battlefield, yours and your opponent, you can play it. If he has 7 or more, he can return himself back to his hand, so his whole immortal aspect. So I'm just going to take 1, and then there's basically no point here. Again, we're just going to go for the 𝐒𝐻, and I think it's time to scoop up this game here because there's really no way I'm going to win this one. So I decided to scoop up game 1 and give it to Maul LOF, Force Blue. On to game number 2. Here we go, folks, for game number 2. Let's see how it goes. Anyways, paying 2, we're going to put out a 𝐒𝐻, and then my opponent's going to pay 2 and put out a 𝐒𝐻. Woo, look at that, folks. Always putting out 𝐒𝐻s. This always fun. So anyways, we're just going to start putting up our resources. I'm just kind of figuring out what I want to do here. What's my best play? What's my best action? What's my best ID here? I'm just kind of really debating on what I really want to do for that. So anyways, we're going to go for 𝐒𝐻 into base. So we're both going to claim the force after we attack. I'm going to go for a Night Sister, and they're going to go for the Grand Inquisitor, the one that gives all your other buffs everybody else up and has hidden, of course. So anyways, then we're gonna go for Maul to burn and deal 2 damage to each of my guys. So 𝐒𝐻 takes 1, and of course the Night Sister takes 1 here. I do have the Dooku, so I'm gonna go for the Dooku, and then I'm gonna just burn the shield, using the ambush first, and then shielding and then ambushing, so I can trigger that one. And then we're just gonna go and hit the base for 2 more, creating the force token again. I don't really have to worry about creating the force right now, so I really don't have much else to do here. I'm just going to decide to punch that for 2 and then draw 1 card off of the Night Sister there, and then that's going to come out of Talzin's assassin here, and then the Dooku's going to die there off from the Talzin's assassin here. And I'm just kind of figuring out what I want to do now. The whole aspect here is I could punch the 𝐒𝐻 into 𝐒𝐻, and then I could burn my force to give -2 to the Talzin's assassin, but there's not really any point of doing that. So again, it's definitely not impactful to do it, so I'm going to put a constructed lightsaber away. So right now, it's kind of a slog right now in the beginning here between us both. Anyways, I'm going to take 4 off of the Atreus, the assassin, and then I'm going to play out my own assassin, giving that to -3 there, so just so it's at 1, and basically the Mother Talzin can flip and then kill it off for me. So basically that's pretty much it for all that. I am holding again 𝐒𝐻 for next turn when the Maul does get to come drop out. We're just going to go for a assassin himself, but no effect of burning the force. I'm going to bring out the Mother Talzin. I'm going to then swing, and then I'm going to deal 3 damage to the base, and then I'm going to kill that with the Talzin effect, and then I'm going to also draw a nice Light Vader. But again, there's not really much else here to do here. I probably should have put that sun away, because then I could have put the lightsaber under the Mother Talzin and then had that going off there instead of this. So anyways, we're going to have the assassin attack into my base here, and then I'm going to decide what I want to do here. So that's where I was kind of like, maybe I should have done that completely different. I'm kind of just deciding because I don't want to actually hurt for them all. I played that completely wrong, actually, now thinking about it, where I should have actually done the sun and kept the lightsaber in my hand, which I think was actually a lot better. So anyways, I'm going to just kill off the Atreus Acolyte here, or the Talzin's assassin there with Mother Talzin by giving it a -1, so I only take 3 damage back from the hit back here. We're going to go for the Maul, ping and ping. burning the force, of course, and then swing at the base 4/4 damage here, dealing that. So yeah, that's my one problems. I probably should have done that completely different, where I could have put a constructed lightsaber. I'm going to go for the Kadam onto them all there, immediately removing them all from being any impact other than just sitting there being nice. And then we're going to go for the Anakin Skywalker. That's going to remove them other Talzin off of the battlefield here. And that's why I said if I had the lightsaber, that would have been a whole lot better. So I'm going to condemn the Anakin as well, just making sure that they both don't get to do anything this entire game, and I'm just basically shooting around doing whatever I want, because again, they do get -6 to their attack, so neither Anakin nor Maul actually can get out of the condemn trigger altogether. So it's pretty nice. I mean, condemn's a fun card. I don't think it's overly fun, but I think it's interestingly fun. You know, I don't think it's perfect. I do think it does have a chance to get banned because it's not doesn't have a lot of interaction. So anyways, we're going to go for the Sun on my opponent's side of the board here, and then I have the ability to go for the Vader here. So I am going to go for the Shin this time, actually showcasing what it can do. So anyways, I'm just rereading to make sure I can actually do this right. Again, I had to have 7 resources to make this trigger, so I'm going to go Shin. I'm going to put out the Vader. I'm just going to have the Shin give it token, and then I'm going to have the shields attack here. I'm going to pop the shield, deal 5 damage to the Anakin, even though there's not really a point of needing to do 5 damage to the Anakin, but I have to ambush into someone. So I'm just going to ambush. I'm going to show the assassin there, and then deal 4 damage to my opponent's base here. And there's really not much else they can do. I'm basically going to control them from this board state, because again, I now drew my 3rd condemn. I have my lightsaber, so I'm kind of just thinking of what I want to do here. But I'm just going to decide not to pay anything here, because I have the Vader as well. And again, if my opponent attacks me at all, so shadow pointing now to Vader here, burning the force, because again, they'll have to attack. Not much else they could really do in this state here. So anyways, I'm going to go for a constructed lightsaber under the assassin here, and then basically have that be a massive assassin that deals 8 damage on the attack thanks to the raid 2. My opponent is going to scoop that one up and move us into game number 3. Here we go, folks. Game number 3. Let's see who's going to win it all. We got the Acolyte, we got Karis coming down. So we both have a force unit, both at a 2/4 as well. And I do have the Strange Man. Yeah, I mean, he's a really cool card. Don't get me wrong, he's a really cool card. I've never seen the Acolyte series, so I won't judge it, but I've heard pretty bad things about it. So, yeah, I won't judge. So, anyways, we're gonna have the Talzins. We're gonna have the Talzins Trace Acolyte attack my base, and I'm gonna put a lightsaber under Karis, allowing me to, of course, do a lot more damage. And then we're gonna have a unit come down on the board state that I can't see. So, anyways, and then that's gonna be 6 damage coming at the base there because of the raid 2. Off of the Karis here, I do have the Shadow Point trigger as well, which unfortunately does mean a couple of things here, where I should, maybe if I wish, I should have put like a Secretive Sage down instead of going for the lightsaber, because here, this is where I'm going to get hurt, because now I have the Shadow Point and I don't have a way to get a force unit until turn 5. So anyways, I'm going to go Shadow Point off the Beyond, which immediately gets him the force on death. It's also on attack. When defeated, you just gain the force there. So we're both on condemn here. Now here's the problem. I should have put out the Secretive Sage, because now I have the because I think I had it in one time in my hand, where now I have the Stranger, and the Stranger can't actually kill this Acolyte. Thanks to the Stranger only having a single damage point, the Acolyte only hits me for 2. I only deal back 3 damage to it, so I do get back the effect of getting the point here. So anyways, then the Mother Talzin's going to kill that off, and then we're going to flip for the Mother Talzin. The Mother Talzin's going to get condemned. Again, there's not really much else. I'm going to just swing, see what he's got in hand. Emergency powers, all right. Emergency powers. By the way, when I condemned the Maul, I was asking him why he couldn't do emergency powers. I totally forgot emergency powers states you can't do it on a non-leader unit. So you can't do it on a leader unit. So you have to use it on non-leader units, meaning that you have to go after all the other things with the with it. So anyways, I'm just going to hit that with my own and condemn, just removing them all from being impactful. And then I'm just going to get condemned on my Stranger here, just because I guess the Strange Man needs to condemn mint. So anyways, we're just going to go for the Trace Acolyte here. And then that's just going to be a claim from my opponent, and then pass from us both here, as I kind of figure out what I really want to do here. Yeah, that's some kind of my problem. Now we're both sitting on condemned triggers, and that's really about it. We're both on 6, by the way, as well. But my opponent has a lot more bigger bodies than I do. They have a Scion, they have Nihilist, they have these units that they can drop and then start just beat sticking me into the face with. So anyways, we're just going to go for a the Sun here, and then I'm going to swing 2 damage at my opponent's base there, and then they're going to claim, and then I'm going to go for no glory on the results, because again, it doesn't matter if I have the force or not, so that doesn't really care. My opponent already claims, and there's nothing really else I can do here, so I'm just going to pass, and then I'm going to draw 2 cards here, and I'm going to have to figure out what exactly I want to do here, because I am just running out of things I can do, because right now both of us are staring down. There's no way I'm going to look at anything, so we're going to go for the Devastator in the sky, dealing 4 indirect damage of their choice anywhere they want to go, so that's going to immediately do 4 indirect damage to my base there and get all indirect damage now is decided wherever they want to go. And on some honesty, maybe I should have put out the sun here, and then I could have had a +2 on all my villainy units as long as I had it. So I could have actually done a little more damage here, where I could have put the sun out, then had the Atreus Acolyte swinging for 2 more damage, while the sun doesn't really help Mother Talzin or the sun or the stranger because of the condemn triggers on them. My big problem is I'm now just hunting 1 card to kill off that Devastator, and that's just 1 singular card. So unfortunately, the Vader just came too short, and I needed another Shin to really help me here. So I'm just going to give another shield token and a shield token, and my opponent's just going to be able to claim. They don't really need to do anything, and that's just basically the end of the game from right then and there. I was basically the only way I could survive this if I saw a Shadow Point to Shadow Point this off the battlefield just so out of safety, or if I saw a Shin's Flurry, I could have Shin's Flurry and then hit Maul for 5 damage and then killed that off with the effect of the Vader. But nonetheless, the game was really cool. I think it came down pretty close. It was just kind of a back and forth of who could see what they needed to see for their decks to really work. But nonetheless, it was a lot of fun. You guys can let me know your thoughts down in the comments on the decks, on the gameplay, and while you're commenting, do make sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and ring the bell so you can notify when my videos go live for you. And we'll see you here next time on Mom Dragons TCG.